Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Excel. In this module, I want to show you how to use the lookup functions in Excel. I'm going to show you basic lookup, a VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and XLOOKUP. So first of all, I've already got these set up. I've got data validation lists here where I can select an item and it tells me what that is. This is just a straightforward lookup and you can see it's highlighted there. Likewise with this one, this is a VLOOKUP, vertical lookup. Select that, it highlights it there. This is conditional formatting that's moving there. H, horizontal lookup, change that there, and it picks it up. Only I just selected one that wasn't in the list, so I just need to select the top one there. So it's highlighted that. And then this one is XLOOKUP, where I can just select same sort of thing. So let's just delete all these formulas off and go through them one by one, and you can see how it works. And I'll also show you how to do the conditional formatting as well. So first of all, the lookup. This is just lookup. A lot of people don't know there is a function just called lookup. People go for VLOOKUP, and if you've got the newer versions of Excel, XLOOKUP. So lookup itself is just equals lookup. Press your tab key to get the bracket. It's looking for a lookup value, which I've got it there. So I'll click on that, comma. Now the lookup vector is the list of codes in this example, so I need to select that list, comma. Now the return vector can be either of these two columns, but because I've just got a description there, I'm just going to highlight this column, and then that's all I want to do for this example. I'll just tick that and see what happens. Comes up with lids. I've got lids highlighted there. I select a different code, and it will tell me what that code is. Now the conditional formatting I've got on here is like this. If I just highlight this data, go to conditional formatting, manage rules, so you can see it. I'll delete the rule, so I'll do it again. So you go new rule, you're doing a formula option, which is this bottom one. And then basically what you need to do, previously highlighted all this data, you click on the top left-hand cell, which is $, but you need to take one of the $signs off. So I'm pressing the F4 key once, twice, so it's the column that's locked. And then if that equals whatever's selected in the code list up there, then you do the format. Format, I'll go amber. OK to that, OK to that, OK again. And then it highlights wherever you select. From there, that will highlight it. So that's what I've done on all of these. I'll do it differently on this one because it's just a different $sign that you need to use. Now VLOOKUP is probably the most common one around at the moment, even though XLOOKUP is the new beast on the block, if you like. In there, I'm going E equals VLOOKUP, pressing the tab key. I'm going to look at that. Now this I've called input code. So I'm using names. You can see the name when you do it, it comes up there, but I've got it there, input code, comma. And now I want to highlight this table. Now, if I highlight this, it's asking me for a table. Where's the table? Well, this is the table. And I've called that product code. I've just highlighted it and typed product code in there, comma. Now the VLOOKUP wants to know which column of this 3-column table do you want to return. So 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. It's not where it sits on the spreadsheet. I'm doing the description, column 2, comma. Now you get two options here, true, approximate match, or false, exact match. I want an exact match. I want it to come back with, like in this example here, washes. So it's false I want, and I know that you can put a 0 there, so I'm putting a 0 there. Closing the bracket, clicking the tick, and I get washes. Now I need to do that there as well. So what I can do, because I've used names, I don't need to worry about $signs. I can just pull that across. It'll say washes again, but if I click on it, I just need to change that to a 3. So I want column 3. Click the tick. It's lost the format. Click the format back on. There's washes. Change the code, and conditional formatting, same as that one, is highlighting what it is, where it is. So that's VLOOKUP. Now, what you've got to bear in mind with lookups, all these lookups, if there's no code, watch what happens. Press delete there. It comes up with NA. Now, I don't like to see NAs on spreadsheets, so what you can do is use another function. In this case, I'm going to use the if error. So I'm getting in front of the VLOOKUP and putting if error tab. So if all of that function, the VLOOKUP function, returns an error, which it is doing, NA, get to the end of it after the bracket, comma, I want it to say missing, like that. And then I'm closing the if error bracket. When I click that tick, it should say missing, and it does. Then I'm just going to pull that across again, change that column reference to 3, tick that, and make sure I format that back to £1. Now if I select a code, it'll show me what it is. If there's no code, it puts missing. So it's up to you whether you do that or not. Now HLOOKUP is not as common as VLOOKUP, I don't think. It's all to do with how you've got your data laid out. So this is laid out in rows, that's laid out in columns. But it works a similar sort of way. So if I go equals HLOOKUP, press tab, still looking at a code, comma, the table is this table, comma. Now, I don't want column 2, I want row 2 from this table. So 2 still, comma, and I want an exact match, 0. Then I'll close the bracket, and I'll click the tick on that one, see what comes back. It comes back with nuts, which it's there, that's right. Change the code to one of the other ones. So I've only got a little bit of a table here. I deleted some of that. It's now coming back with bolts, and I've got the conditional formatting highlighting it there. Now, because I haven't used names on this one, it's probably just as quick to type it out again, get another example. If I pull it across, I'm going to have to $sign everything, which I don't really want to do. So I'll just do that one again here. So equals HLOOKUP, press tab, still looking at that code, comma, looking at this table, comma, row 2, sorry, not row 2, row 3, comma 0, tick, and that should give me the cost, and it does. Change the code, and then that changes in the conditional formatting. It's slightly different on this one, so if I just highlight this, go and do it, manage rules, just delete that rule. So it's new rule, still a formula option, still clicking on this row, so it's that cell there. Now the $signs as the other one, so I pressed the F4 key twice on the other one because it was a column I wanted to lock. This time it's the row I want to lock, so it's just F4 once, equals that, and then you do your color, whatever color you want. Go up. Okay to that, okay to that, okay to that. So it pulls up amber. So it's the $signs that you're playing around with there between the two different things. And again, you can put missing if error in front of that. If there's an error message, you can do that. Now, XLOOKUP is a fairly new function. It's not available in all versions of Excel. Office 365 subscription versions it is. But let's have a look at this one. So equals XLOOKUP, pressing tab. So the lookup value is the same, comma. The lookup array is this. So it's a bit like the lookup one. This lookup array doesn't have to be the first column in this example. It can be a different column, but it is that one. Now, comma, this is where it gets great. If there's multiple columns here, this is great because return array is both of these columns. So I don't have to type 2 and then 3. That's the return array. And there's all these other arguments you've got there, look. So this next one is not found. So if I do a comma, so instead of doing the if error function like I've done on the other ones, I can do this. I can just put the word missing there. So if it's not found, missing. And then you've got comma, and then you've got these other options. You've got 4 options as opposed to 2, but I want the top one, exact match, so I'm going to do a 0. That's the default, by the way, if you didn't select that. Close the bracket, click the tick. Fills it straight in, all of it, and it would, like I said, if there was multiple columns, it would just fill them all in. And if I delete the code, it puts missing. It only does it in the first one, though. select the code, highlights. Conditional formatting is the same as the one for the VLOOKUP, so I'm not going to do that one again. But that's all I want to cover in this little video. Just different examples of lookups, the lookup function, the VLOOKUP function, HLOOKUP, and the XLOOKUP, and depending which version you've got, whether you've got XLOOKUP or not. So hopefully that video is of use. Thank you for your time. Catch you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.